Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here this morning, Senators. My name is Stuart Oke. I am a young farmer myself, and I'm pleased to be here to be able to provide some testimony and some learned experience from the National Farmers Union. I would otherwise be outside on this very overcast day in my fields, and so I'm glad to be wearing decidedly different work attire than I normally do and be able to speak with you here and speak to this important bill. As I said, I am a young farmer, and alongside my wife and our business partner, the three of us own and operate Rooted Oak Farm, a vegetable farm which caters to customers and CSA members in the Ottawa area. I'm also honored to hold the position, as you see, of Youth President for the National Farmers Union, a position which puts me in contact with young farmers all across our country as we seek collective effort to help support the next generation of farmers in Canada. It's my pleasure to...
Mr. Oke, can I get you to slow down a little bit? The interpreters are having trouble keeping up.
Oh, yes, of course I can. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to be here today to provide testimony on behalf of the National Farmers Union and be able to speak in strong support for the establishment of a National Local Food Day in Canada. The National Farmers Union is a voluntary direct membership organization which advocates for small and medium-scale farmers. Member families of our union believe that through an organization which represents all food and commodity sectors in Canada, it's possible to promote the family farm as the most appropriate and efficient means of agricultural production today. Our membership and organization are strong proponents of food sovereignty and believe all peoples have a right to healthy, culturally appropriate food produced through ecologically sound and sustainable methods. Further, we believe that people have a right to define their own food and how that food is produced. Our local farms and farmers bring jobs and life to rural communities and are instrumental to building a resilient food system which feeds Canadians across the country. A National Local Food Day will help to underscore the need for Canadians everywhere to support local food and help to ensure our rural communities are strong and vibrant and ensure Canadians are fed as well as our environment is protected through that sustainable and resilient stewardship of the land. The bill in discussion here today is something which feels particularly important to me. As a self-described young farmer, I spend my days thinking about little else than local food. In fact, my business and my livelihood are very much based on the success of it. From planting seeds to tending crops, harvesting and selling, my life and that of my peers all across this country is one motivated by producing the highest quality food we can and the pride that comes with the production of something so fundamental to all Canadians' lives. While the barriers facing farmers today are numerous, I've learned talking to farmers of all demographics, sectors, and ages that there's one universal concern we all perennially worry about every year, and that is who's going to buy my crops and will it be enough for me to earn a living wage? Canada needs more local food and we need more people to buy it. I long for the day when I can spend all of my energy on producing as much healthy, nutritious food as I can in order to feed as many people as I can. But sadly, me and many farmers today have to spend too much time marketing our food, often to the detriment of growing it. We're lucky enough to live in a country which is capable, when nurtured properly and sustainably, of producing food in such abundance, quality, and nutrition that no Canadian should ever go hungry. From farmers markets to CSA baskets, grocery stores to food hubs, co-ops to institutional buyers. With every dollar spent on local food, Canadians are voting for a stronger, healthier food system. They are voting for vibrant rural communities with jobs and industries that support them, and they are voting for healthy, nutritious food which is less traveled from our farms to their tables. It's the belief of the National Farmers Union that the establishment of a National Local Food Day is a further step toward that food sovereignty in Canada. Its establishment, particularly around the time of Thanksgiving, provides symbolic significance for Canadians as they give thanks for the abundance of food and consider the things for which they are grateful. In addition to the practical considerations that regardless of farm type, most harvesting in Canada is at its most abundant in the fall time and pragmatically would be a much better date for those people who are actually growing the food. The NFU, that being said, the NFU would gladly propose every day as National Local Food Day in Canada and would prefer people think about it that way. But if we are only to have one day, we do believe that the passage of Bill C-281 will continue the conversation around the importance of local food in Canada and will send a clear and resounding signal to the Canadian public that the Government of Canada believes that local food is critically important to feeding Canadians now and in the future. I'd like to thank the committee for the invitation to testify today and would welcome any questions you have. Thanks.
Thank you. And thanks to both of you for your excellent presentations. It's generating questions. I have a list and I'll remind Senator